Many of you know, some of you don't, and she gets to speak to you about what life is all about, living with cystic fibrosis. So ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your undivided attention while we welcome to the stage the amazing, the incredible, I love this young lady so much. Please welcome Shelby Klug.
You don't have to stand yet. I love looking back there and seeing a picture of me from when I was a cringy 15-year-old. Hello and welcome to A Pipeline to a Cure. My name is Shelby Klug and I do indeed have cystic fibrosis. I'm pretty sure they would not just give me some microphones and let me speak up here if I didn't. If this is your first time at Pipeline to a Cure, welcome. Pipeline was created to celebrate the positive effects that surfing in the salty water can have on the respiratory system of those living with CF. The lungs of a typical CF patient are filled with sticky mucus. Thick, sticky mucus. This requires hours of breathing treatments and 50+ different medications a day just to try to keep our lungs clear. What people do not know is that this event, Pipeline to a Cure, saved my life. Now, I'm not necessarily talking about the floral arrangements or the surf and turf dinner. Don't get me wrong, those things are wonderful. But in 2015, my body went into septic shock, my organs began to fail, my lungs began shutting down, and my kidneys followed. I was placed in a medically induced coma to allow my body to focus on breathing and keep my lungs as strong as possible. My doctors at Miller's Children's Hospital in Long Beach kept me fighting day by day, hour by hour, literally minute by minute on life support. The only shot I had at survival was to receive a double lung transplant, and the only hospital that would take me on as a patient was UCLA Medical Center. I was transported to UCLA with a 50-50 chance of surviving the ambulance ride there. Thanks to the heroic effort of the Miller's ICU team led by Dr. Fate, who I have to point out, ladies and gentlemen, he's here tonight. Because of him and his team taking a chance on me, I survived. When I arrived at UCLA, I was immediately taken to the 7th floor ICU unit, and oh baby, that is when it was crunch time. When a person typically is placed on a wait list for an organ, they go through rigorous testing, evaluation, both mentally and physically. The transplant teams at hospitals want to know the person you are. They want to know if you will maintain your donated organ, and if you are worth carrying something so precious and so vital in your body. So I show up in a coma. I'm unable to speak or move. I'm basically a potato. And how do I let these people know who I am? How do I make myself a person to these doctors who have no idea what I stand for, how I manage my disease? How do I have a voice when I cannot speak? Well, thanks to Pipeline to a Cure, there were at least 3 videos of me blabbing on about my life with cystic fibrosis. All of the making jokes about Star Wars, talking about how cool my hair is. It's only gotten cooler, obviously. And it was mostly talking about me fighting passionately against this disease. Pipeline to a Cure gave me a voice when I didn't have one. This voice allowed my doctors to see who I truly was and played a key role in getting me on the lung transplant list. Thankfully, on October 27th, 2015, I received the ultimate gift, a new set of lungs that have allowed me to do so much more than just survive, but also to truly use my voice to make an impact on those around me. One of the only reasons I'm so lucky to have this voice is because I am surrounded by people who care and people who want to listen. So thank you. Thank you all for being here, for wanting to fight this disease, and for taking so much time and so much of who you are to give back to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. CF has taught me many things. It has enriched my life in countless ways. And now usually when I say that, people think I mean that I'm thankful for CF and all it has done for me. But that's not true. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This week alone, I had a blood draw, a trip to the emergency room, a doctor's appointment. If you look at my arms, they're basically purple from IVs and everything. But when I say cystic fibrosis has enriched my life, I mean it has made me tough. It has made me thankful for so many little things. Cystic fibrosis has reminded me that the sheets of my own bed are a little bit softer, that my dogs can do the simplest thing and it'll make me smile, and that my dad's peanut butter and jelly sandwiches are the best ones out there. Yeah, clap for the sandwiches. CF has really pushed me physically to the point of death and mentally to the point of exhaustion. It's weird. I do have a lot of people online asking me for advice. I have people pre-transplant asking me if it is worth it, if it is worth the months of physical therapy, the poking, the prodding, the chance of failure, but the question I get asked the most usually deals with coping with stress and anxiety. I'm 21, I'm in college, so the best way I can answer that question is by encouraging people to, I don't know, drink some green tea or read a book or maybe use a face mask. I'm not good at giving advice. I don't know how to do my taxes. Honestly, I'm just a giant toddler. But I guess I will make an attempt to hopefully inspire someone here tonight. Now, if I really wanted to hit you with some cheesy motivation, I could tell you that life is a metamorphosis. That in life, we are the simple caterpillar, and at some point, we go into our cocoon, and we transform into the majestic butterfly. It would be so easy to compare my life pre-transplant with CF to being a caterpillar, and my life now post-transplant with new lungs to being a butterfly. However, that is not the case. I did not go through any type of transformation and come out the other side all beautiful, new, and shiny. I did not go from being a lame, grubby little caterpillar to an overrated butterfly. I realized that if I were any creature on this earth, I would be the mighty, majestic platypus. Yeah, I'm talking the strange half beaver, half duck hybrid that is one of the only mammals on this earth that can lay eggs. I'm a platypus because these weird little guys are survivors. It is believed that the platypus has been roaming this earth for 120 years. That's when the dinosaurs were alive, people, so. Now, these things aren't fast, they don't have teeth, they can barely move on land. So how do they survive? They adapt, and over time, they overcome. I am not a caterpillar. I did not change into a big, beautiful, more desirable butterfly. I am a weird, slow-moving platypus who adapts and overcomes and keeps going. One day, I woke up at UCLA Hospital, unaware of the fact that my organs were failing, that it was a fight to keep me alive day to day. I did not wake up from my coma shiny or new or beautiful. I woke up confused, scared, on a heck of a lot of drugs. But what did I do? I adapted. I kept going because the only other option was death. I got my transplant, my kidneys were still failing, I could not walk, I could not speak, I was diagnosed with PTSD, and I had a whole new medical regimen that terrified me. But I adapted. I adapted to new medication. My body adapted to be more comfortable and tolerate dialysis. I kept going, and I went through months of physical therapy to be able to walk again, to use the stairs again, and even to just have the strength to lift my head from the pillow every morning. I had to adapt, and I'm still adapting, because that is what surviving cystic fibrosis demands. It demands you adapt mentally when you hear that your lung function is steadily declining. It demands that you adapt physically to accommodate new forms of medication when your body has burnt out on old ones. Now, cystic fibrosis has not only made me a platypus, it has made my entire family a herd of platypi. I am positive my dad should have an honorary PhD by now because he can change an IV dressing, and I'm pretty sure he could last an entire day on the ER floor because he knows a decent amount about antibiotics. His bedside manner could use some work, but who am I to judge? Just as I have had to adapt to my circumstances, so have my friends and family. Congrats, you are all platypi. I hope one day that cystic fibrosis patients, their families, their friends, will not have to undergo these adaptations, that these patients can simply take one drug that will correct the cystic fibrosis gene mutation and they can go on to live their lives. That they can live a life where they become platypuses when they have to have children or when they have their first boyfriend or go to college. A parent should not worry about their kid passing away before them, or what medications they're taking, or if they have to go to the hospital. They should worry about their kid passing a spelling test or going to prom. I believe tonight that because of everyone here, the CF drug will become a reality. Now, I know a lot of people dislike Star Wars Episode 1: A Phantom Menace. It's probably the worst one out there. But Liam Neeson's character, Qui-Gon Jinn, had it right when he said, "Your focus determines your reality." This cure will be a reality, and I am so thankful to be in a room surrounded by people and family and friends who are so determined to make this a true dream come true for so many kids fighting this disease. We can defeat CF, we can save lives, and we can create a brighter future for those who fight every day. Together, we will make the letters CF stand for the words cure found. From the bottom of my very platypus heart, I want to thank you all so much for being here tonight. So let's end this. Shelby out.